Welcome to Magick Moonlog. I am your host, Dawn Marie Franzen, and this is a weekly series looking at the astrological forecast. So sit back and relax, and let's see what the moon and stars will bring us. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Magick Moonlog. Before I get started, I just want to mention that there is a new item for sale in my shop. I have put the link on the Facebook page. Anyway, the item is a car decal. My daughter made it and it looks great. I have one for my car. It's basically just the Witch Magic logo and then the words "a podcast" underneath. And you can choose from a few different colors. That would be so cool if you could adorn your vehicle with it to show this podcast the love and support and to potentially draw more people to the show. Again, you can find the link on my page as well as on my website and below in the show notes. So we found a new trail to hike in our area. It's actually just right down the road from us. So last weekend, Chris and I went, and there was still snow and ice on the ground, but it was nice. It was just a mile-long hike, and it was very easy, but it was just nice to get out in the woods, in nature, and see new sights. My ears were freezing by the end of it, though, but that's what I get for not wearing my hat. Anyway, let's get on with the astrocast for the week of February 10 to 16. Today, Saturday the 10th, the moon is in its first quarter. At 8:25 a.m., Mercury squares Jupiter. At 8:42, the moon moves into Pisces. And then the moon and Saturn are in conjunction at 8:45 p.m. Oh, here's a new term. So when two planets are in conjunction, that means that they are working together. And this is usually at 0 to 8 degrees. If you have any conjunctions in your birth chart, chances are they share the same house. So that's something you can look up. So, moving on from that, at 10:05 p.m., the moon sextiles Jupiter. Remember, we learned that last week that sextile means that the two planets are at 60 degrees and have compatible signs. On Sunday, the moon and Uranus sextiles at 3:07 p.m., then sextiles Venus at 11:31. The moon and Neptune are in conjunction at 2:11 a.m. on Monday. The moon sextiles Mars at 7:32 a.m. and is also void until 8:26 a.m. when it moves into Aries. And then the moon sextiles Pluto at 9:36 a.m. By the way, you ought to see my notes when I do all of this work. When I'm looking at my astrological calendar and looking at all my terms and everything like that, I have a notebook that I write in. I just jot down the dates and what it is and the times, and my notebook tends to get a little messy, but then I type it all onto my iPad, so that way I'm able to read it to you clearly. I can see what I'm talking about. But oh my goodness, I don't know. I think it's just so funny how I have my little table and I've got all my books together and I'm just writing things down, and it's just crazy. All right, so where was I? Oh, on Tuesday, Mars will enter Aquarius at 1:05 a.m. The moon sextiles Mercury at 5:44 a.m. Venus will sextile Neptune at 8:36 a.m. I know it's kind of a weird term, isn't it? I'm sorry. That's what it's called, though. So on Wednesday, February 14, happy Valentine's Day. Mars and Pluto will be in conjunction at 1:06 a.m. The moon sextiles the sun at 1:40 a.m. the moon squares with Venus at 5:21 a.m. and is void until 10:02 a.m. when it enters Taurus. The moon will square with Pluto at 11:22 a.m. and then with Mars at 11:56. The moon sextiles Saturn at 11:57 p.m. On Thursday, the moon and Jupiter will be in conjunction at 1:31 a.m. The moon squares Mercury at 3:36 p.m. The moon and Uranus will be in conjunction at 7:27 p.m. On Friday, the moon sextiles Neptune at 7:55 a.m. The moon will square with the sun at 10:01 and phases to the second quarter, but it will be void of course until 2:39 p.m. when it enters Gemini. Meanwhile, Venus enters Aquarius at 11:05 a.m. and Mercury squares Uranus at 10:53 p.m. By the way, I know this seems like a lot of information, and if you're new to astrology like I am, then it probably all sounds a little confusing. So what I'm doing is I am putting together videos for my YouTube channel, and I do have that link up and about. And I did actually post a video yesterday, but it was for the first Magick moon log, which was the beginning of January. So, of course, it doesn't make sense right now, but I just kind of wanted to play around with it to see what kind of format I wanted to use and how it would work. So, I do from here on out plan on doing the videos for these two, which will show the information. So if you're a visual person like I am, it would make hopefully a little bit more sense to you. All right. And of course, everyone listening, I'm sure, is on different spectrums of astrology, different pieces of knowledge. So you might be way up there and know exactly what I'm talking about, or you might be like, "What are you talking about?" Maybe I don't know. No, I do know a little bit, and otherwise, I wouldn't share it with you if I didn't know a little bit at least about what it meant. So anyway, let's go on to what all of this means for the week. So when the moon is in Pisces, we might feel like we're in a dreamlike state at some point. The moon is telling us that everything will be okay. This would be a great time to join a class or a gathering at your local witch shop to connect with like-minded people or have a connection, someplace else. Be careful of being too impulsive when the moon is in Aries. It will be easy to get a little argumentative at this time at the beginning of the week. When the moon enters Taurus on Valentine's Day, you might resist any change that comes your way. You may be feeling secure right where you are at, so no change is needed. You may desire to sit out and watch the sunset. That would be a nice romantic thing to do on Valentine's Day. At the end of the week, you may tend to want company and have great conversation. You may even feel a little restless. So key words and phrases to take away for this week are jumping to conclusions, responsibility, cheerfulness, creativity, distractions, discussions, and difficulty handling personal matters, impulsiveness, and high hopes. All right. So, before I get into the spell of the week, I do just want to take a moment to talk about Thor, and you'll know why in a minute. We all know Thor as the hammer-wielding god of Norse mythology. Maybe some of you are most familiar with the hero from the Marvel Universe. They did a pretty good job depicting him. So Thor means thunder, therefore he's known as the god of thunder. Odin was his father, and Jord his mother. Thor was destined to fight his most evil enemy during Ragnarok, which means the end of the world. Thor has great physical strength and is an honorable warrior. And it's so funny that I'm mentioning this right now because, and this is no lie, as I was writing over and looking over my topics for the day and my little notes and everything like that, and I picked the spell of the day, which I'm giving it away now. It has to do with Thor. I was actually watching Thor Ragnarok, I think that was called, yeah, on TV. So as I was, when I happened to like kind of like randomly pick the spell of the day from the Almanac, which is the spell of this week, and it has to do with Thor as I was watching it on TV. So I was like, no way. So I thought that was pretty cool. So maybe there's a little message here that this is something we should be looking into. All right. So on that note, all right. So trying to get my book situated so I can read into and talk into the microphone at the same time. So the spell is called Hammer Time and is for February 15, which is Thursday. And the color of the day is white, and the incense of the day is nutmeg. It's Hammer Time. MC Hammer brought the groove and those fabulous pants to life when he recorded his world-famous song, You Can't Touch This, in 1989. That's the year I graduated. I'm giving away my age. I don't care, whatever. And that song was a major hit. And yes, I had those types of pants, okay? Just to let you know, whatever, okay? On this Thursday, called Thor's Day, let us release the icy cold grip that winter has on us by putting on our favorite music and dancing around a little. Dance as best as you can in whatever way is appropriate for you. And if you've got a pair of those fabulous pants, all the better. They were called parachute pants, by the way. We all need a bit of inspiration, sometimes to move our bodies. For some of us, especially as older folks, or those for whom movement may be difficult, just moving a little to our favorite song could do wonders. So bring some good juju magic to this day by playing your favorite song and getting your groove on. And that is written by Naja Lightfoot. I like that. So normally on Tuesdays, I will post on the Facebook page what kinds of items you will need for the spell of the upcoming week. Obviously, there's nothing you really need for this one except for music, right? And comfortable clothes. So I still wanted to, if you're on the Facebook page, you will have seen that Tuesday I did post that you just need music and comfortable clothing, and you will probably scratching your head going, oh my goodness, what is Dawn up to? So there you have it. That's what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead with the Everyday Spells card. And this one is the Sanctuary spell. You'll need your favorite scented candle and your favorite crystals. Get into a comfortable seated position. Light your candle and place in a bowl in front of you. Surround yourself with the crystals. Close your eyes and think about the blessings and gifts in your life. Breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling slowly for 5 to 10 minutes. Continue meditating, sending positive energy into your crystals and the flame of the candle. Now you have your blessings ready in the bowl anytime you need them. All right. And as always, I will post that. All right. So I am going to pick a card from the Fairy Wisdom Oracle deck again, like I did last week, because why not, right? Okay. Oh, what are you doing, cards? All right. They're just jumping out at me. All right. Settle down. Settle down. Here we go. I want to give them a little bit of a shuffle anyway. They might not require me to shuffle them. I don't know. But here we go. Give them a little shuffle. Do. Let's see. Wild Violet. And it's on card number 59. Let's see. The key word to this card is romance. How convenient that we picked this card on the week of Valentine's Day. I love it. All right, so here we go. Let me read it. It may be time to perk up a current love affair or to welcome a new one into your life. Think of all the romantic things you can do. We always hear about the fairy tale romance, but as fairies will tell you, it doesn't happen without some effort. A relationship should be based on mutual respect and honesty and love. Small things go a long way in perking up a relationship. There is a small kiss on the cheek, just for nothing, or the hug at the door. Really listening to your partner is vital to any relationship. Get the basic building blocks under the relationship and then keep building. Even if you are not currently in a relationship with another person, you can treat yourself by creating a space in your home to pamper yourself. Romance isn't just for some. It's about a pretty tablecloth and flowers in a vase, soft music to relax by, or a nice glass of wine to drink before a warm fire. You are worth the effort. How can you put more romance into your life? All right, that's cool. All right, and the chant says, O great goddess of light, bring romance into my life. Cast about me an attraction spell. Pull it from a wishing well. Make it strong and make it true. For this I send my gratitude to you. So be it. And then it says, write yourself a love letter. Oh my goodness, thank you, fairies. That was so cool. How perfect was that card on this week of Valentine's Day? All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Make sure you join me every Saturday for Magic Moonlog. And I do have an episode coming up towards the end of February. I believe the 26th. I already recorded it and it's set to publish. And it's a story that I read for International Read a Fairy Tale Day. So you'll be able to gather your family because it is good for children. It's nice and short. I think the video is less than 20 minutes long, or not the video, but the recording's less than 20 minutes long. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you back here next week. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. If you like this episode or show, please consider going over to Apple or Spotify to give me a rating and review. It will really help with the algorithm of the show. Share with your friends and follow me at Witch Magic on Instagram. You can also join us on the Witch Magic Facebook group. If you would like to support the show even more, you could check out my Patreon and Ko-fi pages and join the tier of your choosing and budget for extra perks, as well as helping me maybe get a cup of tea. Thanks, everyone.